starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Welcome to the 69th edition of the Community Pulse. We're in for another fantastic show tonight. Thank you all for coming out. I think this is the most I've seen in the chat at the beginning of the show. I really appreciate you all, and I know why you're all here, and this is to get to know Catherine McCrist a little more, and she's very new to our community, introduced to us by our good friend D-Lynn, and I can't wait to bring her up. So the opening song tonight was our good friends, The Amateurs, and featuring Folk and Blueser, and the song title is Vanity Angel. Please follow the link and offer up some support. And obviously that opening song is a band that I'm part of called Ninth Gate, and it's a staple on this show. At the beginning of the show, you saw a flashing of a lot of channels. These are the channels, the 8 channels that I feel I owe a ton of gratitude towards, has helped me grow my channel, and I'm sure I speak for many of you out there. They're kind of the gateway into these communities. We start off with Jade Starr with her live interviews. Jade's on pretty much every day of the week. She has a new show Friday, so we can't miss that. But the show I'm shouting out here is Thursday nights at 6 p.m. She does live interviews, a lot more organized than this one, and a lot of fun. She interviews a lot of local and outside artists, so it's an amazing show. Metalhead Hippie Random Hangouts. Jeff is still around, and I put him back into including him into this because Jeff has introduced so many of us into these communities. So he is still around. If you see him pop up with his random hangouts, you'll find him playing some games. Please go visit him. We have 15th Bend with the Indie Music Rollercoaster every Thursday night at 9 p.m. It's a fantastic show. Again, a lot of unsigned indie artists will show up there and get their music heard and played. Chad Freeman Ham Sunday on Tuesday. I messed up last week, Chad. Every Tuesday at 11 p.m. Chad has a couple things he sent me. Not a couple things, about a page and a half of emails. But the one I'm going to shout out here is 4th of July, Friday Fry Up at 10 p.m. Chad is sitting in for Pole Vault and Sunshine Archer. And it should be a great show. Povo, they're taking a little time off. I'm not sure how long. I think it's just for the weekend, so that's pretty cool. And July 1st, tomorrow, Chad is, as I said, that's Ham Sunday on Tuesday. So please go check out Chad's channel. Amazing supporter of so many of us in these communities. We have Francis and Ian, the replay. I watched it last night. They were kind enough to feature a premiere that JJ Folkpunk and myself released, and we're going to play it in a few minutes when we bring up Folkpunk here as the co-host. Thank you very much, Francis and Ian. We already got a lot of good response from it, and I appreciate you both. Thomas Christ, you rock every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Folks, if you want your music heard It doesn't cost you a dime. Just submit, fill out the form, hit submit. It's that easy. Guaranteed you'll be played. That's Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. He'll be streaming for 5 hours. So you can always catch it on replay as well. Pete Johns, same deal. Your Music Live. Pete Johns is known as the gateway into so many of these communities. Pete's been around for well over 6, 7, 8 years, longer than that. But the YML show, I think it's about 6 years old. Every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, same deal. All you have to do is fill out a form, hit submit, and Pete's is actually the first channel I submitted my music to, and channel grew from there. Kid you not. And then we have Lori, my favorite mishmash. Everybody's favorite mishmash, but I get to say my favorite because it's my show. Lori does, Catherine and I were talking backstage. She does so much for so many people in these communities. She's a machine. She doesn't stop. Please go check out her show every Friday at 12 a.m. Eastern Time. It's an amazing show. You won't be let down. A lot of laughing. She's always got something different, a different theme every week. So tonight at 9 p.m., you will all be dumped over right after the show to Vince Janella. Monday Night Live Jam and Hang. Vince, another fantastic supporter. You will see him pop into the chat when he gets home, just before he sets up. And then at 11 p.m., another great Canadian, Accent Nachos. They'll be on at 11 p.m. Every Monday and Wednesday evenings. I think it's the end of the month, so it's going to be an open mic. You'll be able to go up and jam if you like. And you know what? I just might do that tonight. I guess I should ask the wife first. All right, I'm going to bring on Folk Punk, and we'll take it from there. Oops. Let me just remove this and do that.
Hey, everybody.
You're good. How you doing, brother?
Doing well. Got my Rainfield music shirt on.
I had it on all weekend.
Did you? There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah. And you know what? That shirt is so cool. I had it on at work. I get home and I took it off. I didn't want to wait a week and put it in the hamper. So, and then I brought it out again Saturday afternoon when I went out for bed. Hung it up again.
I mean, I come home and after I shower after work and before I put on my pajamas, it's only like 2 hours. So I'm like, I don't need to rewash this already. I can hang it back up and get a couple more days of that schedule out of it.
Yeah, for sure. And so
hey, was it just me, or in the opening track there, did Folk and Blueser channel Brian Wilson in there?
Did you catch that?
Yes,
I've never heard him sing like that.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, whoa, the amateurs brought out this Brian Wilson side of him.
That's absolutely amazing. When I saw it this morning, I quickly just made a note in the chat, and I was so busy I wanted to email, because normally I'll email the artist, but we know the amateurs very well, and of course Folk and Blueser is a brother to us, so that was I jumped all over it. It had to be played. So
very cool,
brilliant track.
Hello to everyone in the chat. I apologize, I'm not Lori level. I can't do this and type in the chat at the same time.
We got so many amazing people. Jamie Lynn, Synthworks, the Nut House. Hope you're feeling well, Synthworks. Love you, bro. And we must do that coffee thing. And I was telling Tom backstage, you'll meet Tom in a few minutes. There's so many great Canadians out here. Bridget, great to see you. So many people, Obsidian's in the house. This is fantastic. We got a lot of great stuff. I don't want to sit here and chat. JJ, you did it again. You know, every
We,
time I
we.
say, every time I say, JJ, we got to do a collab together, man. It's like we pretty much live together online, backstage, all week long, Monday through Friday, just random, and but we never do a collab. So the last time I asked him, he turned it into the New World thing. So it's still a collab, but yeah,
It's a community-wide collab, a
his
global collab.
unselfishness decides to share it throughout the community, which was fantastic. The best thing, one of the best ideas I've.
Being able to hear something in so many different perspectives, I mean, although most people kept it like in the same kind of BPM thing, but they changed the instrumentation, or changing the actual instruments so they were different tones and stuff. And it was like everything you would imagine as you're making a song. But when you make a song, you've got to whittle it down and just, do, okay, I'm going to do this, even though you had all these other ideas. And this kind of a project lets you have both worlds,
Yeah. Yeah. So we came up with a little riff, and once again, JJ says, no, this has got to be another community thing. And so we kept it basic. I had my acoustic guitar in there. JJ threw in his acoustic guitar, had the vocals. As much as my wife insisted on having JJ sing throughout the whole song, he refused. But he threw in his vocals and just a drum loop. So we actually made it even, I think, more accessible, and not, I shouldn't say more accessible. It's open more for different interpretations and eliminating instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And to those of you who do want to be part of this, do not be afraid to take out our vocals, our guitars, or all of it. If you don't want to use any of the stems,
exactly,
that's okay.
Yeah. And I mean, even if you were using some of it, this purposely, it begs for a bass right away. It begs for keys. It begs for electric guitar, because those things just aren't on it. Purposely left out so others could do that. But yeah, use some, all, none. The chords and the lyrics are in the Google Drive folder that you'll find the link for in the video description. And have fun. Have fun. I can't believe that we had almost 40 different versions of New World the first time we tried this.
Yeah.
And and Russ and Leela each had done something similar in 23 before we put out the New World. And it's just, this community is so much about cooperation over competition. People have good ideas, and they welcome other people to take those ideas and share them and move them on and build them more. And it's just awesome. It's so cool to be able to be in a place like this.
So why don't we give it a spin? I think we hyped it up enough.
Yeah, maybe even more than it deserves at this point.
We'll see. All right, we're going to give it a spin.
Right.
This track is called Change the World, and a brilliant video created by Folk Punk.
That was so fun.
That was.
And it's such a simple notion, like a little kid's perspective. Hence the Hanson illusion in my backing vocals.
I love it. I love it. And yeah, I will tell you all. JJ says, there's Folk and Blueser. Great track, brother. Yeah, he says, can you send me the lyrics? I said, I don't even know what you sung.
I did. It took us like 2 hours to try to decipher it. And we don't have it right necessarily. So sing whatever you want. Put a lead in there instead of my folk punk ad lib vocals that we couldn't really figure out what I was saying.
All right. And yeah, what do you got? Anything else coming up? I know tomorrow we have the Canada Day celebration, a full day long. This is our second year in a row that we're doing this. Sometime around, depends on exactly, and just putting together the video. We'll be uploading tonight and posting it tomorrow, depending on how long it is. Throughout the show, we're going to be calling out everybody's shows that are that we are going to kind of run over. It's not going to be, we're not going to be streaming like this all day long. We'll, between JJ, myself, DJ, will be popping in and out. But we are going to be featuring all Canadian unsigned indie artists' original songs. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And Martin Kelly, yes, you are there. And Mr. Hetriani, my bro, what's going on? Great to see you, man. All right. You like my hat? Hat? You like the hat? All right. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's bring on our featured artist, Catherine McCrist, and she brought with her a very good friend, Tom Penner. And did I mention he's Canadian?
If you didn't, you will.
And a few more times. The Lily Pillies is in the house. Let me unmute our guest because that's the polite thing to do.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, guys.
Catherine, Tom.
Howdy.
Cade Mila Falcha.
Tommy Gumai.
I know like 3 phrases in Irish.
I probably don't know them anymore.
Well, it's
Nice.
great to have you. Thank you for accepting this. You know, D-Lynn does such an amazing job of sending me people that she meets, and yeah, not necessarily to be on the show, but just to go check them out. And and so far she's batting 1,000, and I'm so glad she introduced
Until
us.
tonight.
Oh,
Oh, here we
Zane.
How to get that in there? How to get
I don't have those sound effects like Jay has. Yeah. So yes, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So, and you brought a friend, Tom.
Yes, Tom is my emotional support gorilla. So thank you, Tom, for being here.
And you know, I think it's so appropriate that you have a friend on and you're sharing the limelight, because as I was going through preparing, making my teacher notes here, doing my homework, I noticed in like every video description, you shout out somebody who, like in our first song, Dark Flame, kind word they gave you that inspired the song. But you make a point of mentioning it. You mentioned Tom and Johnny, another Canadian musician. Whether they're there for playing with you, collaborating, writing, editing, or just like you said, you know, support. That's so cool. I mean, that's what we here are all about. It's gratitude and sharing the thanks to everybody. So that's awesome.
Yeah, you gotta shout out your inspirations too, like, you know. Totally.
So our first song that we have from you, Beyond the Confines, this one you mentioned in the video description, a kind word from Dark Flame. In what was it, like a reply on another video or something?
Actually, lovely. I did a cover of Tom's song, Walk to the Ocean. And on that video, Dark Flame left me this really lovely comment, and within it, he referred to what was it he said at the end? Your voice seems to want to become melody, and I just thought that was lovely. So I did say in my reply, you know, I'm inspired to maybe write a song either about that or with that line or something, some variation of that line. And so Beyond the Confines kind of materialized. I've got a fly on my hair. And it doesn't have the exact line, but the final line in the song is to be the melody that seeks to move. So the song is kind of all about following the voice and kind of just letting it do its own thing, which is what I do. So yeah, it's one of my favorite songs, actually. There's been a couple of covers of it in the community as well.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, let's hear Beyond the Confines.
Let's do it. beautiful is that?
Oh,
Absolutely gorgeous.
you know, I totally get what Dark Flame was talking about. Your voice, it has a lilt, and this is going to sound really stupid, but your voice sounds as natural as breath.
Oh,
You know, I mean,
thank
I
you.
mean that as a it comes out. And what did you call? I call them vocalizations, but you had a
Yeah.
term. What did you have another term you used for it? Where you?
No, I think it was vocalizations, or maybe lilting, or yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. So I
I
totally
use them a lot
I
to
love it.
cover a lot on the guitar.
I've actually made notes in the number because that's some of my favorite parts of the song is when that happens. You know, this is music to sway to. You know, the whole time I'm just going, you know, bang. Beautiful, beautiful. And Tom, you helped. It said edited, like with the audio, the video.
Oh no, that's all her. I simply am around for some writing commentary. I'll let Catherine speak to that.
Yeah, I sent. So we have like this little writing collective, should we say? It's basically a WhatsApp group that is completely mad, constantly going in 20 different directions. But within it, we have Google Sheets, thanks to Tom. And so we kind of put in lyrics. We put in lyrics, and then the others can kind of make comments or like suggestions and things like that. So initially when he started it, I was like, I'm not sure I can do this. This is kind of foreign concept to me. I don't think I can comment on anybody else's writing. But it actually, I think we all kind of operate on a similar frequency.
Yeah.
So it's been working really well.
And you mentioned another person, which I don't know if that's the person I see. Johnny.
Yes, he's in the chat.
Yes,
Johnny Amish.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's the third in that little trio of madness.
That's excellent that you have that little group. Frank and I actually participated in a similar kind of thing called SWA, Songwriters Anonymous. And it was like a Facebook group, but it's where you could share things like right from a concept idea, like I don't even have a middle eight yet, or so, you know. And people, and we even got people who knew a lot more about recording than I did, and they would even help me like how to do things on GarageBand or refer me to, check out that episode on Pete Johns for compression or whatever. So those groups are so useful.
Yeah, they're great.
And you're right. At first you're like, oh, I don't know if I could do it. And perhaps this being virtual is that one step aside that makes it a little easier maybe. But I think mostly it's finding the quality people like you find Tom.
Yeah, I mean, we knew like instantly. I think we set the group up initially. We were supposed to do like a collaboration thing with Paul Nicodemus. He kind of gets people together a lot and creates videos. So that was the idea initially. But the chat that first day was like, we were like primary school children on the first day of school.
Oh, I know that well.
Like I completely ignored everything in my house, my family, it just didn't exist. And it was like, oh my God, people like me, here's everything about me. You give me all your stuff. And it was absolute chaos, but it was so fun. Yeah. So we knew that there was that, those connections. So it became pretty easy to kind of collaborate on the musical side of things. We tried to have two groups. Tom decided that maybe we could do two groups. One would be for the crack and the other would be for the music.
Okay.
That didn't go well. We couldn't keep the two things separate. So.
Yeah, they kind of feed off each other. So yeah.
You might need to explain what crack means.
Catherine? Oh yeah, sorry. Crack, CRAIC. It's an Irish word for fun.
Yeah.
So having the crack is like banter.
Yes, exactly.
Nothing illegal.
But it is so powerful having those areas to work with. And I loved when you said, oh my God, people like me. That when I discovered all of this here on YouTube, it was like, I guess, there are 8 billion people or whatever. Of course you're going to, but I had never come across them before. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
Very cool. So speaking of some of the 8 billion people, Frank, do we have a few shout outs here?
Yeah, I forgot about doing my job. Right.
I didn't see any paper moving, but I knew you'd have some.
No, actually, it was over there. I was looking at the next song. I forgot about the shout outs. I'm like amazed with the chat. And Pete Johns is in the chat. As I mentioned, I think, Catherine, have you submitted to Pete? Did I not
Yes,
see?
Pete has been very good to me since I started submitting songs. He actually had me as the featured artist 2 weeks ago, so that was a surprise.
Fantastic.
Very cool.
Yeah, Tom, Johnny, it'd be fantastic. Yeah, you'll get a lot of good positive feedback.
Yeah, lovely bunch of people.
Yeah. All right, so let's do with these shutouts here. The Community Pulse 69th edition playlist is now live. It'll feature all of Catherine's songs here that we're hearing tonight, and some of the songs from the montage, as well as all the premieres that have gone out this week. Unfortunately, if I was to shout out all the premieres, there would not be any featured artists. It'd just be me talking, and I'd probably be talking to myself. And so please follow that link. DJ Big Red, the community calendar. DJ Big Red, as many know, is the backbone of the Community Pulse. Between Folk Punk and DJ, this show would not be this show without them. And DJ does an amazing job. He's got a community calendar where he posts everybody's shows. Anybody that's new out there, whether it's music, arts and leisure, whatever it is, email me or directly to DJ Big Red, because chances are I'll just forward it to him. And he'll put you on the community calendar. It's starting to grow, and I love the concept. All right, Mosh, Sia, Go Crazy. Another fantastic track that he premiered this week. Paula Benson, You Want to Have a Laugh. Instant smile on your face. I guarantee it. Please go check out Paula's channel. She does a lot of sing-along karaoke's live, just random. She's just lovely. Martin Kelly, another great Canadian. Yes. And Martin will be on the show tomorrow. And he put out another amazing track titled Jimmy, I Know Your Boys Are Important. Great work, Martin. Badass Brutus guitar. Rumors from the Netherworld Twilight Zone. Jim Hebert, Coors and S'mores. Adam Holtz, We're Rockin' Today. Turtle Drum, Dreaming You and Me. Sonic Grace, I Need You Now. Love Sonic Grace. Please go check out that channel. Refreshing. Paul, Fifth Avenue, and DJ Big Red does the mixing and mastering for Paul. Amazing music. Timber Traveler put out an amazing stream called Puppet Regime. Please go check it out. Timber Traveler is a great supporter of this channel and many others. The Skeptics. If you all don't know already, it features Tremor Bear and Ian Luckett, two incredibly talented musicians, formed a band called The Skeptics, released another track called Loud and Clear. I believe this one was for the Music for Life, the charity, right? I can't remember now. I'm so disappointed in myself. All right, but please go check that out. We're going to be talking about the Music for Life charity in a bit. Dee Lynn. There she is. We're so glad to have you back, Dee. Really. And I really appreciate your kindness, the support of so many people, the work you put into sharing other people. Just amazing what you do. And she put out a track called Family of God. Really nice cover. Well done. Oof Si Baba, Silence Side. Mary, a good friend from Italy. It goes like, na 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 na. I just love this song. Please go check it out. Pausing guitars, another amazing talent. Unorganized life. John Lemon and Lemonade. And did I mention another Canadian? I sure did. John Lemon will be featured tomorrow as well on the show. He's a poet. I'm not sure if both of you are familiar, but you won't be disappointed if you go check out John Lemon and Lemonade. A composer, producer, a history in music, goes a long way, and just his poetry that he puts into music is just amazing. Rose Ackerman, another fantastic guitarist, crazy idea. Adorable Anarchy, who we had last week on the show. She was brilliant. Chains of Love. As a matter of fact, as soon as Catherine, sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. As soon as Catherine saw the show, she goes, I don't know if I can do this. I got like a
I was like, I can't do this
message. That was awesome. Maybe I'll stop there. And, you can just tell me to ramble on, like you said, whenever.
Yeah.
So, a collab of artists from Canada and Italy is Frank's enjoyment apex. If we get something on from that.
Yeah.
So, our next song we have from you is, oh God, I might need my hands. I almost said "Careful Hounds." I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
That's a future song. That's going to be the sequel. Part 2.
I think Kate Bush did that one.
So, Careful Hands.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I know you mentioned some people in the description for this video on YouTube. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, I can't remember now what I wrote, but it's probably, again, Tom and Johnny.
Yeah.
It was another one that just sort of came to me through that in those early days. And it's basically about sort of the healing power of music and the connections that you make through music, and how deep they go. So, and again, of course, I run it through the editor-in-chief to get some lyrical feedback. But yeah, so yeah, that's all I've got to say on that one. It's another one of my favorites.
Can I make a 5-second comment about
that?
Yeah, of course. Make a 20-second.
The amazing thing about Catherine's process is that she'll come and it'll come to me in the morning and saying, look, I just wrote this song. Do you have any comments on it? And then before I have time to comment on it, she's released it on YouTube. This is her process. So she will often give me the time to respond to it, but she's very, these things come out of her almost fully.
I'm extremely impulsive. Extremely impulsive.
And do you change
I'm getting better.
Do you change
I'm getting better at waiting for feedback.
Do you change it much after that?
What is it?
Do you change the song much after that?
Sometimes they kind of change organically through playing in, live settings. So, for example, Playing with Fire. So it was featured in the little promo. It began much slower, and I just found as I played it more, it just kind of picked up a bit of speed and a bit more attitude. So it's quite different. Not really much lyrically changes. But just in the sort of the playing.
And, I have to say, your promo, Frank and DJ, that was a great job, but I was kind of getting frustrated because I wanted to hear all of each one of them. And, and it would stop.
They're all on my channel. They're there.
I went and listened. Yes, I did. So it was effective for that, but I was digging it in the moment and then it stopped. I'm like, what? Oh.
It was one of the easiest montages that I was able to put together. It was just like,
thank you.
I think I picked 11 songs and 10 of them. But it was just because sometimes I don't like the way this blended in with that. And I take a lot of pride in these. We take a lot of pride in these promos, but it just had such an amazing flow. It didn't have to move much around. at all.
But
All of the music
each one, I'm
is
like,
just
oh, no, oh
amazing.
wait, well, oh no.
I was on Valerie's stream on Sunday. Today's Monday. Yesterday, and she threw in a plug for you too. She's just said
Yeah.
she's such a beautiful guitarist.
Excellent.
And, yeah.
And actually, you'll catch that in this song too. The guitaring as well as the vocals we'll talk about after. But let's hear "Careful Hands."
All right, let's do it. Careful Hands. Catherine McCrist.
If music be the fruit of love, then I'm playing for my life. Starved just like the green-eyed wolf, who bears its teeth prepared to bite. Feeling straddle space and time, latching on to waiting souls, seeking something undefined, primed to heal and mend the hole. Ancient wounds need careful hands to reach inside the seasoned ache, scrape the grief from life's demands, give our song a time to wait. Stories pitched into the future appear as photos from the past, quilting every painful suture, painting hope that's meant to last.
Wow.
Love it.
Pause before I lose that. There.
Thank you.
And you know, we were talking a little in the green room before the show. that hammer on and pull off style you use while you're strumming, as you're fretting the things and you're doing is probably the most gentle but still effective hammer on and pull offs that I do mine are like a snare shot, but yours were very effective, but they were so gentle, and it fit with the music, and of course, the beautiful vocalizations. But with those hammer-ons and pull-offs, how did you learn that? How did you start learning guitar? Which there's a little story. I mean, yeah, I know you're only like 29, but you haven't been playing. You haven't been playing for 29 years.
No, I'm. You've stumped me now. No, I picked up the guitar only when I started university, because like I've been singing my whole life, and then when I went to university, I thought, well, I would like to maybe do something with the singing, so I need something to accompany it. So bought a guitar, a purple Crafter guitar, I think it was, and a friend taught me 3 chords and the truth. And with those 3 chords, like I just started learning songs, and I just kind of gradually progressed. Like I'm not musically trained in any way. Like I haven't a clue about notes, reading music, any of that. So just kind of played by, Ultimate Guitar was great for learning stuff, and then I kind of just did my own thing with it anyway. But the hammer-ons, I don't know, that kind of just came naturally, I think. I don't really
think that's what it is, because you kind of learned how to do that by doing it as you were singing, it really matches your vocal style. That you can tell they've evolved together. And I think sometimes people, when they're more self-taught than, formal training, have that touch of magic of it being truly their own, style and things, because it's come from their abilities, and maybe their singing works into it or something, rather than just kind of a boilerplate standard. This is how you do all of this. And so, yeah, it really adds a touch of magic to it, I think. Beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to do some shout outs here.
All righty.
I just picked your brain, didn't I? D-Jack, with a song called Tears, relatively new to my community. I'm not sure many of you, please go check him out if you haven't already. Electronic Sounds Audio, Fireware Ghost. There's quite a few new channels that came on to my channel, so I'm shouting them out, and I'm still getting to know them, and worth a shout out. Outlandish Mental Music Connections. Sticks for Guns put out a beautiful track called Stay Till the End. Darbass Bass Covers, Rockin' Good Way. Kathy Short, a Canadian. Superficial Aliens. She will be featured on the show tomorrow. And yes, Bridget, I know you're Canadian, and you're 100% on the show tomorrow. I don't care if you move to Jersey. All right. Okay, Gordon Lee Weaver. Quick, Put On Your Shoes. Tony McGreal, A Sailor's Homecoming. Detective Agent Dark Nuts. Click. Did I say nuts? Dark Nut. Click. All right. Johanna Lynn. Love Johanna. She put out one track here called What Is the Purpose? Johanna puts out like 3 or 4, a lot of these mini EPs. I mean, the progress I've seen in Johanna Lynn's work is just amazing. Please go check her out. Kalichi. Yes, Italian. Drug Addictions Part 3. It's a beautiful rap that goes for about... I know Kalichi from my personal addictions. Please go check out every song he writes means so much, and it just moves people. Please go check it out. Yeah. Tobias H. Reese, thanks for all the fish. Sean Needham Drive. Synthworks, my brother from Toronto. Yes, that means Canadian. A brilliant, brilliant composer. God moving over the face of the waters. It's just a beautiful song. Please go check that out. And Phoenix Fallen is in the house with a song called Fallout. Relatively new to my community here on my channel, I should say. And brilliant artist. And we will be having Phoenix Falling on this show soon. All right, Roadie's Jam Cave. Love when Roadies put out their music in that basement. I can't wait for a Tuesday. It's been a while since he's had a Tuesday jam, so looking forward to that when that comes. But this track's called Heart Full of Soul, a Yardbirds cover. Brian drums, an amazing, amazing personality. I just love this guy. Just sits there. Jams out to different tracks, maybe 2 or 3 a week. This one's a Goo Goo Dolls drum cover titled Iris. Ashley Dale Kelly, Get a Life. Absolutely beautiful, Ashley. Michael, a.k.a. Z-Land, Are You? Gotta stop there because he is Canadian. All right, Georgia J, Nowhere to Hide. Blue Gubrius and Oblivion, sorry. Hope is Free from the Music for Life album. And then there's my buddy Manny, the Lily Pillies. Put out another, every one of their tracks, we all know, should be on radio. And in some parts of the world it is. This track's called Teleport Back. Auntie G and Marcus Cannell, I've got both their channels. When they started their collaboration, I think they're both from the Scandinavian countries, right? Sweden and Finland, I think. I don't know. But, and I'm not going to say Midwest Canada. All right. I was told off backstage. All right. Yeah, please go check them both out. Amazing supporters of all our communities, amazing talents, and they too should definitely be on radio. Enigma Bird, Come With Me, and another Canadian, Rob Barkley, which I almost forgot about. DJ, I got to get Rob on the show tomorrow. Rob Barkley, Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. What a beautiful smooth sax cover of this. I joined his channel as well. I just had to. This guy's just amazing. Please go check out Rob Barkley. I'm going to stop there. Did I say he was Canadian? Okay. All right.
Even a Canadian of Italian descent ranks high on the show.
Yeah, that's right. Synthworks.
Are there CanCon regulations going on here or something?
I love it. All right. I'll let you guys take it.
So, talking about around the world in different places, I really sometimes, and especially after I listen to Dreamer Who Dreams, what is the neurological function that makes a singing voice not have the same accent as the speaking voice?
Is that an actual genuine question that
but I listen to this and I'm like, no, wait a minute. Did she spend time in East Texas, maybe?
I'm like a chameleon. I pick up accents very quickly from just talking to someone. Yeah. I don't know. It's maybe the musical ear. I just kind of, I don't know.
Very cool. I mean, and it's like I've noticed, like Frank would be able to testify to this. The Scorpions, they sing and they're like, that doesn't sound like when they would give an interview and speak English, they would have an accent, but you don't hear it in the singing.
German accent, yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird. But anyways, so Dreamer Who Dreams really gave me this kind of almost an East Texas kind of a feel in your voice. And the inspiration might have something to do with the voice that came out. Tell us a little bit about what inspired Dreamer Who Dreams.
Well, it wasn't that the song was inspired by it, but after I had written the verses of the song, it was just sort of sitting. I hadn't finished it, and I was watching an episode of Twin Peaks one night. And this line, I think it was, I actually don't want to give any spoilers, but apart from the line itself, in case people haven't seen it, but a character says, the dreamer who dreams and lives inside the dream. And I just, like, it just jumped out at me, and I thought, yes, I need to include that in the song somehow. And so it became the first line of the chorus, and subsequently the name of the song. So yes, and every time I play it live, I have to credit David Lynch, R.I.P., for the title and the chorus, because I will always talk about my inspiration. I will not just steal a line and pass it off as my own. So,
and do you find that it's a couple times you've mentioned where a phrase or a line really expands in your mind to be a whole?
I don't know. Yeah, it's my brain seems to be constantly switched on for it at the minute. So yeah, I mean, I get inspiration from YouTube comments, as you know. Quite a lot.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so yeah, it'll be like a TV show or, you know, something, and I'll just think, oh yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to store that for later. Yeah.
And it's smart.
It's not usually that much later. It's normally fairly soon afterwards. It's gone.
But it's smart because your listening audience has a connection point to what you're talking about, because like a TV show, there's a good chance they may also have watched that TV show. So it's almost like a little built-in connection that makes it relevant to them, even though they're just hearing it for the first time. So that's pretty smart. Yeah. Let's hear Dreamer Who Dreams.
Let's do it.
Devil resting on my shoulder might be a hidden muse. There's those who say he's tempting me, coercing me to choose the road that seems imposing and which leads my heart to lie. But I'll go drunken through my reverie where angels fear to fly. Am I the dreamer who dreams and lives inside the dream, or the absent-minded fool evading truth's unbending beam? Is she the dreamer who dreams and lives inside the dream, or the absent-minded fool evading truth's unbending beam? Now the angel lost her halo and she strayed too close to sin. All she sought was a warm embrace, so the devil took her in. They talked all night by firelight, and in the morning she moved on. Forever changed by the one they claim will guide the right to wrong. Is she the dreamer lives inside the dream, or the absent-minded fool evading truth's unbending beam? Am I the dreamer who dreams and lives inside the dream, or the absent-minded fool evading truth's unbending beam? Yes, I'm the dreamer who dreams and lives inside the dream, not the absent-minded fool evading truth's unbending beam. And she's the dreamer who dreams and lives inside the dream, not the absent-minded fool evading truth's unbending beam.
Absolutely amazing. Let me unmute and bring this back up. There we go.
Thank you.
You know, when one instrument and one voice can make that full of a picture and sound, that's what talent is.
No, thank you. One of another YouTube artist who you've shared before, Sisyphus Must Die.
Mm-hmm.
He actually just did a cover of that today, and it is gorgeous. Yeah, so you got to check that out. It's really lovely.
Excellent.
I love hearing my songs being played back at me in different ways. It's incredible. Such a feeling.
It is. It's better than anything. I think it's a compliment beyond somebody saying, "Oh, you did a great job."
Absolutely.
And personally, that's the whole reason I have a public channel and my stuff isn't private. I don't care about subs and views. I just want someone to hear it who can sing and really play and do it, because that's what I want to hear. You know?
Yeah. It's and every sort of interpretation is always so different. Like just yesterday, in fact, I wrote a song last week called "The Well," and just yesterday, Elizabeth and Roger Court did an instrumental version of it on the banjo and the guitar, and it blew me away. So again, totally different interpretation, but I love to hear every single one of them. So yeah.
Now, are some of these people you're mentioning also involved in your songwriters group?
No, but they're other in the community, as we call it, in the little YouTube community that we find ourselves in. There's lots of lovely people.
Yeah, tell us a little bit, because some of these names are a little new, the communities are all over there, and I'm sure there's way more than we even know about.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned a lot of these people were involved with like Cash Fest.
Yeah. So that came about.
Johnny Cash.
Yes. That actually came about in one of Tom's comment sections, I think. It was another artist called Ed Petit, is what I'm going to say. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his second name, but he suggested on a Tom cover of a Johnny Cash song that it would be great to get everybody to kind of do a cover of Johnny Cash and just kind of make a thing of it. So that was just kind of like a by the way, and then Tom kind of thought that was a great idea, and then I somehow ended up being the person who was in charge of organizing and putting that thing together.
And you guys built like a playlist that was the way to share out all of this?
So so the idea was I put a post out just to garner interest and see who would want to contribute to it. So quite a lot of people were interested. And I obviously said, say to other people that, that I don't know, and let them know that it's whoever wants in. And then there was the second post to sort of see, what song everybody wanted to do. Third post, and so it was all very organized because teacher. And then we just agreed on a date. I think it was June Carter's birthday on the 23rd of June.
Yep.
So it gives everybody sort of like 2.5, 3 weeks to practice. I, of course, practiced for about an hour and had my video up more or less immediately, because that's just how I operate. But yeah, it all kind of came together. Although, I don't know if you know this, but for a collaborative playlist on YouTube, right? So you share the collaboration link. You can't do that on YouTube and have everybody join as collaborator. You have to share it somewhere outside of YouTube for them to join as collaborator for a YouTube collaboration. So that was a bit of a nightmare, and I ended up just getting them to share in the comments, and then I added their songs to the playlist. So it ended up being a little bit more work than first thought, but it was totally worth it. The songs and the interpretations, like there was, I think, 6 versions of Hurt, and not a single one of them was the same. Like they were all completely different.
Wow.
Yeah, it was lovely. Nice to be part of. I think we're going to do another in September. It's not going to be Cash Fest, but we'll do something for anybody who wants to get involved.
Excellent.
And I don't know, they're bullying me into doing it again. I've said no, but we'll see.
Well, if you have, an hour available to make
they're just like, oh, but you know what you're doing now. You've done once. You can just do it again.
Very cool. Excellent. And yeah, it's as we're talking about, community, it's kind of like how the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are actually merging, because we think we are our galaxy, and there are other galaxies out there that just haven't bumped into us yet and merged. Yeah. So very cool. So Frank, do we have shout outs, or is this our favorite
do some
part of the show?
Then we're going to go into that the pianist section. All right, we got Alaskan rocker, amazing guitarist, Obsidian Snow, Fly Me to the Moon, a jazzy cover. I've seen Obsidian in here. Just an amazing artist, amazing track. Dragon Orb, Dark Wave 2. What a fantastic listen that was. Take Two drum covers, Betty Davis Eyes. David Cartret. I really love what he's doing with Little Bighorn releases that he's putting out. It's just amazing. What does he have now? 6 or 7 that he's released? Just amazing. What was it, in the 80s? Man, he looks like the singer from Styx. The hair, man. All right, Shape of Things, a great a Yardbirds cover. CMK Drums. Please go check out CMK Drums. Great supporter of quite a few channels that I'm involved with. I did a drum cover of a Better Than Ezra drum cover of Good. Mountain Man, who's going to be on the show soon. Co-hosted by Rainfield. It's going to be fantastic. We got to nail down a date. I've got some dates available. I'll send you an email tomorrow. And our new friend, Johnny Amish, released a track today. I started following Johnny, I think, a few weeks ago. Again, D-Lin sent me a link. Wild Strawberries, a beautiful track. Pole Vault, Sun is in Your Eyes. Brad Example with Jade Starr and Dave Bond. Just a beautiful song called The World is a Circus. It was part of the Music for Life, and just a fantastic track. I'm not sure if that's the track they started when Brad visited Jade in Australia. I think it was, right? I think. But nonetheless, a beautiful track. Very well done. I seen Jade in the house, and Brad was here earlier. Thank you for your support. Live to Fly channel. Fearless, a Pink Floyd cover. Beautifully done. And my bro, Prince Prodigal, Lil Diddy. Prince will be on the show, I think, was it the 14th or the 21st? Coming up anyway. So it's going to be another fantastic show. All right, I'm going to just shout out some of the upcoming that are really important. Don't forget about the Music for Life charity album. You can purchase on Bandcamp and support that way. Next week, I am going to have a link directly to Cancer Canada website that's set up now. But I will start to share the link next week where you can donate directly. And if you don't have a Bandcamp, you're going to be able to get the digital copies upon small donation, whatever you can afford. Monday, July 7th. I want to shout this out on the Community Pulse. Check this out. And our friend Doug Kidder is in the house. You guys were talking earlier about somebody covering your song. I'm not going to tell you which song, but Doug did an amazing cover of one of my tracks, and I can't wait to hear it. On Monday, July 7th, Doug will be the featured artist here. And get this, the 7th day of the 7th month, on the 7th hour, he'll be appearing on the 70th show.
Oh.
Doug, you should be Canadian. That's just brilliant. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. That was just beautiful. All right. Am I forgetting something? Oh, yeah, Canada Day. So tomorrow I'll be posting it in the morning. Like I said, it was a lot of work. I've had a lot of other things, personal issues to deal with, and I'm so far behind on everything. But the show will be ready. I'll post it sometime in the morning. DJ's done an amazing job helping me out, putting together all these songs. And we'll have the show up and running. It'll be a day-long stream. We're going to be shouting out whose shows are starting at what time during the stream and stuff. But happy Canada Day to all the beautiful Canadians out there. And we will be putting together the 4th of July show as well. So any American artists, unsigned indie artists, if you have any originals, please send me even just a reminder, because it is so hard to try to, at the last second, to try to get everybody on here. So, all right, doing for others, we have Dan Anderson, Leni Perez, Read Between the Lines, Rebel Rocker, DJ Big Red 81, Crimson. Oh, yeah. By the way, DJ's a Canadian. Crimson Crux, and Mike and Don Genesi music. These channels, just like so many others, but those in particular, are consistently sharing out people's channels, music, and I think D. Lynn belongs on this list. Remind me next week, DJ. I'm going to stop there because we have a segment on this show called Pianists and Composers. We did this segment, JJ and I came up with this when we started this show, just because of a couple people approached me and I was saying, hey, I hadn't seen you on live anymore. And it's just a lot of people weren't supporting the pianists and composers of the community. I know we make fun with this. Oh my God, Lori, get up here. How does she show up with eggplants? Like, how does she do this? She was supposed to be sleeping. And get rest, Lori. Pianist. Okay. Yes. So I think they're underrated talents, amazing talents. We have a brand new one that I made note of, Piano Improv. I think is directly through these little promos that she came onto my channel. And
she's incredible.
Yeah, I had a good listen to a bunch of her songs. I just hit play. I didn't get to comment on all of them, but I just had my headphones on. I was at the office. I've got to get you on this pianist segment. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to reach out to you if you can send me something original that you've created. We'll make this into this little composition that I've created here. So please go offer up some support to the pianists and composers of our communities. It's the backbone of music. That's the piano. Hey, look, it's Lori. That is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And we alternate every week. We choose a different pianist to be the feature, and this one was beautiful work by Donna Mitchell. So, yeah.
Very good.
So please, everybody, go follow these links that were posted. If you're watching on replay, whatnot, please offer up some support. And let's do it.
So our next track we have from you, Catherine, is Crying Shame.
Yeah.
And we've talked a little bit about inspirations for some of your songs, but I guess a little bird told you about this one, huh?
Yeah, a little bird made its way into this one. I was writing a poem about shame, which is just so pervasive. I grew up Catholic, so it was kind of part and parcel of of the whole deal. Yeah. So, I mean, it was only natural that I was going to write a song with that theme. But yes, in the middle of writing the song, a little bird flew into the. So I live in a dormer bungalow, so it has, you know, what do you call them, Velux windows, the slanted windows. So it flew into the window. Thankfully, seemed unharmed, but it made its way into my subconscious and therefore into the song. So yeah, that's where inspiration everywhere.
And you know, actually, I was going to ask this after, but you opened it with. So I've noticed some common themes running through at least the songs you've shared. And my notes here talk about, you know, struggle towards healing, even struggling against yourself. But you just said you were raised Catholic, so that explains it all.
I mean, yeah.
Been there, done that. Know what you mean. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's going to be in all of the songs in some way.
Yeah, it's part of who we are. I guess when you do something every single week for years and years and years, there's no way to have it not influence you some way.
Yeah.
But
yeah, another one of my songs actually is called "Girls Don't Whistle," and that was based on being told that if you whistled, that Mary would cry. So we weren't allowed. I wasn't allowed to whistle, and I really took that to heart because I loved to whistle.
You know,
and I had 3 brothers, and they were all allowed to whistle. So it really, really grated on me that I wasn't able to. So in our house, the only person who can't whistle is my husband, and all the girls in the house can. So I don't know if they kind of.
You know, those rules sometimes.
Yeah.
So my freshman year in college, I went to a Catholic college, and beginning of the year, we were out of money, and found a way we could raise money by charging people $1 a piece to shave our heads, and each person got either a swipe or whatever. And I actually kept shaving the center, so I did an inverse mohawk, and I played in the college's folk mass every Saturday night. And I had my Flying V white guitar, my big giant PV amp, and my inverse mohawk. And the head priest came by and he said, JJ, we'd like you to wear a hat while you're on the altar from now on. And I stopped. I'm like, Father, I can't wear a hat in church on the altar. He's like, we absolve you. Please wear a hat. So yeah, crazy rules.
Yeah.
Catherine, I do have a question.
Yes.
Because a few people asked me, are you a lefty or a righty?
Yeah, so I use my phone camera for my recording, and it automatically flips the picture, so it looks like I'm left-handed, but I'm not. I'm right-handed. My husband is left-handed, and my youngest daughter is left-handed, but I'm a righty.
She started left-handed, but the nuns stopped that in you know, between having red hair and that, man, you must have just been, they picked on you, I bet, as the nuns.
Yeah, well, I'm lucky enough to have missed out on the nun teaching generation just ever so slightly.
There you go.
Plus, I'm not naturally redheaded. That's died.
Ah, okay.
I'm a wannabe ginger.
There you go. Well, it's a crying shame.
It is indeed.
That's your cue, Frank.
Oh,
Great segue.
I'm on it.
That's the safe word?
No, that's
Let's do it.
Ooh, it's a crying shame. Ooh, it's a crying shame. Shame has a way of making things stick. You try to trick your mind to flick a switch which doesn't exist, knowing it's in vain. So you pile on the grief, another thief of joy and wonder. Now you ponder how to fill the never-ending pit of pain. Half-truths, you appear aloof, you cling to the invisible string connecting you to the soul outside your door. Rejection stings, so you try to sing a song you felt was long ago forgotten, buried deep inside your core. Your melody reflected back by birds who heard your lilting plea for freedom and flew to your guilt-pained window. Their trills affecting chills that had nothing to do with cold. You feel emboldened by the chorus singing words you used to know. Caution to the wind for every sin you were convinced you had committed. So you grit your teeth and reach beneath the armor made of pain. Cradle your heart in your hands as you attempt to understand the contempt you carry still. Oh, it's a crying shame.
Wow.
So I did all my homework. I've got pages of notes trying to analyze common themes in all your songs. It's just Catholic kid blues. I mean, that song captured something like, oh my God. Yep. Scratch that. Nope. Okay. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of trying to unmask and sort of find the true me. Spent a lot of years kind of people pleasing. I think a lot of people would be familiar with that concept. Just kind of trying to fit in and do what everybody else wants. So a lot of my songs focus on kind of unveiling, taking off the mask, embracing your voice, and and what you have to say. And I'm getting there. I'm gradually getting there.
Well,
turning 40, not 29. Turning 40 was a magic thing to happen, because it just, I don't know, there's just something happens, and yeah, you don't care so much anymore. So and the music has been a massive help on that front as well. So,
very
yeah.
cool. Awesome.
Great to see you, Vasker.
And it's amazing that you are still so gentle sounding even when you belt it. In that song, and it's those vocalizations that just go right to my heart and soul. It penetrates more than words could. But you still have that gentle lilt, but you're belting it, but it's cool. It seems to be kind of your distinctive, and I think it's been mentioned in a few different ways. It's a lilt. You have a very natural lilt. I think Paws and Guitars totally agree. They said you could sing a news article and it would be beautiful. Yeah.
That was really lovely. And thank you to everybody for the lovely comments. I am seeing them coming up on the screen and they're really nice. So thank you.
Well, I'm sure.
doing my best to try to keep up. I mean,
it's flying.
There's got to be a record number of comments and in the chat tonight. It's It's at some point I'm like, I click one and then I have to go all the way back up to the top to try to find where I was. But this is fantastic.
Do you have any more shout outs, Frank?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish off just a few more. So I love to promote the Friday shows because it's full from morning to evening to the next day. It starts off with Javel de Pustis, early in the morning here, Eastern time. She's out of I believe, the Philippines, I'm going to say. Then we get into Dan Anderson around 1 o'clock, and then you have Valerie Bott at 2, followed by Charlie Gabaldon. And then there's a little break. Actually, no. Jade's started her show on Fridays, and I think it's at 6 or 7. I should, DJ, if you remind me, we could add it to this Friday madness here. And then you go into Independent Men United at 8 o'clock. Mr. Smith has an amazing live drum sound sessions at 8 p.m. Every Friday. As you all know, Mr. Smith is not Canadian, but he's the drummer of Ninth Gate, which are all Canadian. And it's just an amazing personality. Please go check out that show every Friday if you haven't already. Pole Vault and Sunshine Archer weekend warm up on Fridays at 10 p.m. But this week, as I mentioned earlier, Chad is sitting in because they're going to be taking the weekend off for the long weekend, I guess July 4th. And then it's followed by Freedom Redbird at 10 p.m. also is on. Brenda has got an amazing show. She's on every Friday night at 10 p.m. You get a lot of people coming up, playing live, singing karaoke. It's just a fantastic show. Lori's Mishmash, midnight, every Friday. Lori is just a fantastic, like we said, we were talking backstage. She's a machine. She is the glue of these communities, as far as I'm concerned. And then her show is followed by Gary Hubbs, the Parking Lot Warrior. I know Gary's dealing with a little hiccup, but the show is going to still be on. Let me make that clear. So get ready for Gary. And then following Gary is the Leela-verse. Luriality, also known as, she has the Midnight Chill at 3:15 a.m. Eastern Time. That's another fantastic show there. Saturdays is just a madhouse It's just, it starts with chat at 4 o'clock. You get a lot of pop ups. Sometimes I even pop up on Saturday if I'm not working. Um, and then you have the what I call the dynamic trio. It starts off with Thomas Christ at 7 for an hour live show performing. And for all he does, all three of these artists that I'm going to mention, for all they do for so many of us, I think it's only right that we should at least stop in and check out what they're doing. They're actually busking. This is a living for them. It starts off with Thomas Christ at 7 p.m., followed by Jade Starr at 8 p.m., and then Pete Johns is on at 9 p.m. Now, after that, there's an after party with Brad. I'm not sure when Brad is going to be lit up, but those three channels, please go follow that up. And then you have the Nut House, and the Nut House has a fantastic show at 10 p.m. Saturday nights. And you also have Camp G-May at 10 o'clock. So it's just an amazing night. I want to shout out a few channels: Neil's Han Dynasty, SC Wolverines, JM Unleashed every Monday at 5 p.m. just before the show. He's got a great little stream running. He's got word games. It's just a lot of fun. Please go check that out. Ali Patches and Rich New Designs. I've joined the Mug Club. So please go check out those two channels. Amazing personalities. Just a lot of fun to be in the chat. Dom Torregrosa with the Sunday slide. I think Dom's doing better. He should be back up. But Dom and Chris, they're just staples of these communities. They have the happy hour show Thursdays at 9:30, 10 o'clock. But Dom also has a show now, and Chris is sitting in with him. The Sunday slide Sundays. I think that's at 11 or 10 or 11. I should get a time in here. But just amazing stuff. Axe and Nachos, as I mentioned earlier, Wednesdays and Monday nights at 11 p.m. The Falcro, the Mix Club. Rhett has been in the house all night, spelling my name incorrectly after 5 years, and probably because he's not Canadian. Michael Songs every Sunday, Sunday set live. A brilliant artist, awesome personality. Scotty Butters, the same. Tuesday live music. Butter Tunes, no tricks. He's just a real cool cat. So please go check him out. And he does a lot of pop-ups and stuff. Miss High and Pendar, I want to give them a special shout out. Two amazing talents, amazing vocalists. And that's it. I want to thank everybody for all your contributions. Synthworks, I did see it and I didn't get to call it out. Thank you for your wonderful donation, as you do every week. And there is the Metalhead Hippie. I told you he just pops up randomly, didn't I? Yeah, another gateway into all these communities are coming from him. Thank you all for all the love and support, and the continuous support for this show and all the artists out there. I said it before, kind of as Jade has always said, we rise together. You know, we support one another. Thomas Christ and JJ preach on, we celebrate each other's music. This isn't a competition, you know. For me, this is my, this is my life. I have a lot of passion into running this show. Of course, my music as well, but I just love you all, and this is my way to share gratitude, and JJ's way, and DJ's. And thank you.
It's hard to believe we've already come up to our last tune for the night.
I know.
And we were talking before about where your music comes from, Catherine, and authentic, I think, is the word that describes it. It sounds authentic. It comes from an authentic place. I mean, even your live kitchen concert kind of a vibe, makes it feel authentic. But I wonder, and especially this last song, Hedging Your Bets, do you have any thoughts of any time recording, like, in a more studio, like with a full band kind of setup?
Yeah, well, funny, this song has actually gone through a few different versions. Paul Nicodemus, who I mentioned earlier, put together like a collaborative version. It had Kareem Gubran on the double bass and Robin Rendell doing harmonica in the background. And then he put us all into the video. So it's pretty cool. So it's kind of like a studio thing. But yeah, I would love to. I would love to record it properly in the studio. I would love to record lots of songs.
Yeah, I mean, not that your stuff doesn't sound good like it is, because it has a special, authentic kind of vibe to it. But this one in particular, and it's funny you said that it was weird, because I could hear a band behind you, even though it wasn't there. It just naturally gave that. Especially
some of my songs lend themselves better to that kind of sort of extra instrumentation. So definitely consider it. Further down the line a little.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's very enjoyable as it is, but I was just wondering, like, this one I could definitely, and I imagine even without a band, that this track in particular, if it's one you ever play live,
it must go definitely really well. I play live. Yeah, it goes down well.
Excellent. Yeah. So, Hedging Your Bets.
That's my cue.
Hi. So, to use a phrase coined by Greg Hulks, this song is a work of fiction. If you've never been over to Greg's channel, you should definitely get over there. He's got some great, witty, original songs, sort of very intelligent use of language, play on words sort of stuff. I'll link him in the description. And this song is called Hedging Your Bets. Devils, demons, darkness and death. What happens next is anyone's guess. You're living your life and you're trying to be good. Most of the time you're just misunderstood. Scandal, scheming, shaming and sin. Can't help yourself, you're just spiteful within. You mean what you say and you say what you mean. Just say a prayer and your soul will be clean. Does the spirit leave the body like a friend who's drifted? Do you come back embodied with the soul that's shifted? Will your loved ones be waiting at the gates to greet you? Will the serpent emerge from the flames to meet you? Loving, longing, loathing and lies, consorting with people you've come to despise. You try to get out, but they drag you back in. Everyone loses and nobody wins. Control, corruption, chaos and cries. You best make your peace before saying goodbye. You don't know what's coming, so you're hedging your bets. You try to forgive, but you'll never forget. Does the spirit leave the body like a friend who's drifted? Do you come back embodied with the soul that's shifted? Will your loved ones be waiting at the gates to greet you? Will the serpent emerge from the flames to meet you?
hands sore. I was drumming on my desk.
Oh, let me unmute. Oh,
Very nice. Awesome. Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. So,
wonderful.
yeah, it's so nice. I mean, I know
think
it must be
Tom's
what.
muted. I can't unmute. There we go.
Well, I'm not going to stop talking.
Yes, it's 6 minutes past 2 in the morning here.
Thank you so much for staying up late. Appreciate it.
I know when I reached out to you, I don't know, a few months ago.
Yeah.
At first, it was we were just so excited. We had everything lined up. We're all pumped, and I don't know how it came to you realizing, oh, wait a second.
It's because I had texted you, my kids will probably be running around the house, so they might be in the video.
Oh, yeah,
And then
right.
obviously you were thinking, I don't think the kids will be running around at that time. Are you sure you know what time this is on?
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, this worked.
But
out
we got
well.
there. We came back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, it was a real treat for everybody in the chat. Everybody really enjoyed it, and I really appreciate it. Tom, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, aside from the beautiful support you give to Catherine? I mean, I know you're a musician yourself, and you're Canadian.
Okay, are we going to talk hockey now?
We did already.
Is that like a broad strokes kind of question about me, or
just let us know, let the people out there know that I know DJ will share your link. You're a musician yourself. You were talking about the trio you have between you, Johnny, and Catherine,
which is a chatty trio? Yeah, I played in bands for a lot of years. Did the parenting thing and school thing, and the last band I was in was a classic country band, and we broke up in January of last year. And I realized, well, maybe I just want to do solo stuff, and there won't be any other people getting in my way.
And then I showed up.
So I decided to do a YouTube channel. I did not know what was going on, so early on, when last fall, October to November, I was looking at a lot of channels of smaller performers who didn't have 1.5 million followers, and Catherine was among the first I found, and I was entranced, amazed by all the stuff I heard her singing. She was doing first aid kits. She was doing Gillian Welch. It seemed that there was a lot of common ground. So I was trying to add a new original every week along with a cover, and I think my stuff these days is quite a bit different and better than it was when I was first posting. Through Catherine and Johnny, I encountered a great number of cool people in this community. There's a great connection that we have, and a lot of very supportive folks, and it's been a very happy journey thus far. Although, of course, I wind up on WhatsApp 2 hours a day.
At least.
Having Johnny and Catherine being funny and interesting and witty, and just crack. Yeah. It's a wonderful time that I'm having with this YouTube experience, and it's really fun to be on here with you guys.
So Tom, are you also a teacher by day, like a science teacher? Is that a periodic table behind you on the wall?
Due to technical things, I wound up in my wife's office, and yes, she's a teacher. Okay. I was a teacher. I stopped that 12 years ago to start my own editing company. So I have an editing office, but it is chaos. And Sharon said, "No, you can't do it in that room." My wife, I'm not allowed to do it there. So I'll get a nice black background for anything else I do in the future.
Well, you could just say you're a mad scientist or something. Yeah.
Well, yeah. My wife shares a lot of my own intellectual banana-ness.
Banana-ness.
So you can see the tight focus we have in terms of decor.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, it's been a pleasure to meet both of you guys. And, I think sometimes it's nice to like know everybody, but it's really special to find something new that you really dig. And even though like, it would have been cool to find this, a year ago, I really treasure finding new things. Like when I found you, Catherine, through coming on here and getting to go through all your work. So very cool. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, and you have a lot of your friends that you brought over here. I've seen quite a few new faces here. And,
very cool.
Yeah.
They're such a supportive bunch.
Yeah, I can tell. And it's weird after listening to both of you speak. We have that same thing in our community, and it's just lovely that it's happening somewhere else. And welcome to these communities. Like I said, I hope you share some of your music on Pete Johns and Thomas Christ, and you'll be pleased with a lot of positive love and support you'll get. And happy to have met you both, and looking forward to listening to a lot more great music. And thank you very much again, Catherine, for
Thank you.
coming on.
Thanks for having me.
You're a champ and a good friend, I can tell.
A very good friend.
Yeah.
This is Gord.
Hi, Gord.
Can you guess who he's named
Yeah,
after?
Gord's going to come and steal the show at the end. Thanks, Gord.
Is he a ginger wannabe too?
Yeah.
The ginger cat.
Both Gordon Lightfoot and Gord Downey. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. And by the way, those are two Canadians. I love it. All right. Thank you once again, JJ. You did an amazing job as usual.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was great to meet you, JJ.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah. So we close out our show as we do every week with the lovely and talented Liz Day, who is kind enough to allow us to use this song as our feature close of this show. And it's appropriate. It's called Family Gold. And this is what it's all about. So we're going to play the song and exit. But if you'd like to stick around for a few minutes, because somebody really was dying to meet you tonight.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice to meet
And
you. Oh my God,
I
you too.
forgot that she
What?
controls
What?
my whole channel. The show, I forgot she's allowed in. And
Yeah, but I
go
don't
ahead,
pop
take
myself
over
in.
my
I just
show.
come into
I'll
the
just
green
sit back
room.
here. It's all right.
It's amazing that, Laura, you look so good when you're tired and dehydrated.
I showered right when he was going live. I took all day to shower. I was a mess today. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. I had my first cheat day on Saturday in 3 months of doing keto, and it really took me out for the best.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, I didn't have a lot of sugar. I had like half a piece of my grandson's birthday cake. I had to have that. But then I had alcohol, and that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. I think I've been hungover for 2 days now. But yeah, no, nice to meet you both. I wanted to meet you yesterday, and I totally snoozed on that too. I was not doing well yesterday, but
That's okay.
you're awesome. I love your music. I love your voice.
Thank you.
And I subbed
Thank
to
you
you
very
both,
much.
and I hope everybody else is subbing as these links get posted by DJ, the troublemaker.
Thank you for throwing all the links, guys. Mods rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
All right.
lush.
I'm going to exit with this song. If you want to stick around backstage for a few minutes, let's do that.
Sure.
Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Peace.
Stay kind and creative, everyone.
You got it.
Thanks for coming.
Sister, brother, father, mother, we are one and the same. Friends, chosen, hearts shared, a force of nature. We are family, forever like a diamond, special treasure. We shine, and we're not part of one another. Our love is gold. Get in the way sometimes, but no matter whatever, ever hard the cards, we'll weather it together. Wherever we are in the world, our home is where the heart is. No matter how far apart we may find ourselves to be, it don't matter, baby. We are the same, forever we will be. Brother, sister, father, mother, we are one together. Wherever we are in the world, our home is where the heart is. However hard the cards may fall,